questions.
The frequency of collection is being cut in half. The quantity of trash and the service that are provided is not being cut in half at all. In fact, it is identically the same, including the yard waste, including bulky waste. All of the services that we provide, we continue to provide, including all of the waste is being collected. We're doing less damage to the road as a result of having a truck go into the neighborhood only once. We're providing a cart. They're not out having to buy a trash can. I believe the carts are a much cleaner, more litter-free appurtenance for the neighborhoods. So that's pretty well how I have to respond to that.
Thanks.
Councilor Christensen.
Do other cities in this area have limits on the number of bags that can be put out?
I can't tell you from my memory. Some cities definitely do, yes, but we have conducted a survey, and I would be glad to provide you with a survey. We've conducted a trash service in the region.
Oh, you did?
Yes, as well as in the nation in terms of comparison, types of service provided, rates.
I'd be interested in that.
Okay.
And just the summary of it. You know, just
Yes.
not nationwide, but just regionally, like Broken Arrow, to see what they do.
Be glad to provide.
Thank you very much.
Councilor Martinson.
As long as we're on the issue of rates, I agree with Councilor Westcott. I mean, I understand the theory that, you know, they're still hauling as much trash, but I'm telling you, I get twice a week service, and I could probably do with twice a month service, no more trash than my wife and I generate. So, you know, I would assume that the reduction ought to be close to 50%. I know at our business, we reduced the size of the container and cut the number of calls in half,
Right.
and, you know, we're doing just fine. So, I would expect to see a substantial reduction in rate if we pick up trash half as many times. So before we get into we're hauling as much trash, I want to see some numbers on that. Somebody's going to have to prove to me that it's a push, and because I'm not buying it right now until I see some numbers.
Councilor Carter.
Yeah, and I would just add to that, I think it's important for all parties to understand that, and that the haulers who voluntarily participate in this program, I think it's great, but I think they should be aware that if we were to move to this on a permanent basis, we're going to have to realize significant cost savings to the consumer in order to be satisfied to move forward.
Councilor Troyer.
Well, thank you, Chair. You know, you got to look at this side of it too. You don't always generate the same amount of trash each week. I mean, we get twice a week, and sometimes I only put my trash can out once a week. I don't expect them to give me a rebate on that. So, you know, you don't put out the same amount of trash every week, and when you go on vacation, you don't expect a rebate or anything like that. But so, you know, I think it's okay.
Councilor Christensen.
As long as we're going to add to that, I would say to you, that with the streamlining of the system, where the guy has the machine, picks up the can, I mean, I think that the truck that comes from my area has 2 men on the back of it. So if that in fact could be made one man and the driver, I mean, they're saving a lot on labor right there. So
That's the hope that we have, and the hope that we, the city, and the ratepayers can take advantage of.
and
that.
the hope would be that all that savings would be passed on to the ratepayers.
Councilor Westcott.
Thank you. Maybe to kind of summarize, hopefully, a lot of things that have been said and a lot of things that we're all hearing from citizens. You know, here's the way that a lot of people feel. They are getting their service cut in half, only picked up once a week. They have to deal with storing stinky trash for a week instead of 2 or 3 days. The rate is only being reduced by 92 cents or whatever. And so they feel that they are really getting shortchanged on service, on frequency, on having the hassle of putting up with, you know, storing this stinky trash in their garage or wherever for a whole week. And on top of all of that, they're only seeing a small reduction in their rate. And that's what I'm hearing from a lot of people. In a nutshell, that's what their complaints are. And we have to find a way to address that. We may not be able to today, but we've got to address those problems.
We've seen feedback, and I've looked at the blogs on the Tulsa World, and you have people who are exhibiting the kind of comments that you're describing here. Several councilors are describing here in terms of the reduction in the service. But several of them are also responding with very positive remarks. They love the cart. They think the cart is a very beneficial instrument. It has a lid. Most all of the outlying communities use carts, and once a week service. And they find, many of those customers also find great benefit in having that weekly recycling provided with the same rate. So that's all included as a package. Many people are quite happy with that style of service as well. So that's where we're going to have to try to sort some of these things out and address the issues that you're bringing up.